Sublime magnificence. Hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis Feo Grande on YouTube, back with another episode of This Guy Hasn't Seen. And as usual, I am joined by my co-host and one of my best friends in the world, El Director himself, Bill Smith.
F you, Omari.
Yeah.
F you in your effing face. You're a piece of S. If it wasn't right at the start of this video, I would say the real words.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you. You're the worst. You're a piece of S. F you, bro. I was screaming at the top of my lungs at you last night.
Yeah. I expected that as I watched this. So this guy hasn't seen is a movie club, movie discussion type podcast where the two of us trade things back and forth, usually on the premise that is one guy has seen it and the other guy hasn't. It's spooky month. It's October, so we're trying to do horror films. Neither of us really watch horror films. A lot of the ones I did watch were back in college, about 18 years ago or so. And I vaguely remembered, and I was just like, shit, this counts. Let me suggest it. And 2 times in a row, I suggested some pretty fucked up things. And this time, what I suggested was Hostel.
Hostel from 2005, rated R. 3 backpackers head to a Slovak city that promises to meet their hedonistic expectations with no idea of the hell that awaits them. Directed and written by Eli Roth. It stars Jay Hernandez, Derek Richardson, and Ethor Gudmundsson.
That had to be, what's his name? That had to be old dude. If it with that name is his real name. So yes, as to why, I kind of listed as to why I suggested this, but why I would have even seen it in the first place, I think is that Eli Roth name. Because I'm pretty sure he's a famous director of like some other shit in horror genre. And one of my friends in college must have been real hype about this movie because of the Eli Roth thing. But as I came to, as something that will kind of, if you can't tell from the early vibes, I don't think that this movie will be looked upon favorably by either of us. But I think I fell for the same trap of just like, it's a movie from a long time ago. I saw it, never wanted to see it again. Not exactly sure why. Probably falls into Saw family of torture, whatever. But I need a suggestion for Spooky Month. Let's go Hostel. So Bill, that's why I suggested it, was because I needed to suggest something, and I suggested it, and I was like, hey, it worked with Suicide Club. Why not Hostel? But what were you expecting? Because clearly we know what you ended up seeing, and we'll get into that. What were you expecting?
I was expecting body horror bullshit. Why do people watch this?
I don't know.
They made 3 of these.
Yeah, I did not see
this
either
movie
of the
is
sequels.
terrible. It's so bad.
Yes. Okay, we can say it. Yes. That was actually one of my notes pretty early on, is this movie sucks.
It's awful. Eli Roth is a piece of human garbage. I've never met the man. I know nothing about the man, but he is garbage. I can already tell. He wrote and directed this film. He's written and directed other horror films, as you mentioned. Cabin Fever, I haven't seen. He's got a hand in the one about cannibalism, Green Inferno. Um, I you don't. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like the Saw movies have a little bit of detective film inside of them,
I
and
would much
even
rather
then,
watch a Saw film.
even then I'm like, why do
Well,
people
I've only
watch
seen the
this?
first one.
Like, how is this entertaining to you? I'm sorry. I don't want to alienate anybody, but this is awful. It's awful. The acting is terrible. This is an age apparently when the protagonist was allowed to use a hard F word, and I'm not talking about fuck. Allowed to use a hard F word very frequently, a hard R word. And these are our protagonists.
Yeah, I felt
In their human pieces of shit.
I felt no sympathy for him. I even put that. I was like, so because we've commented on films that are products of their time in the past, and it's like whatever. But this, they went so overboard with it, and like I said, I had no sympathy for the main cast because it had been 18 years since I watched this. So though I had seen it, I'm watching it again, and it's damn near fresh. I think I remembered the Swedish dude out of the main cast. Mm-hmm. I kind of thought they were all gonna die because I knew it was a body horror type shit like you did. I did not remember all the expense that it would go to or any of that, but seeing them in the early scenes, especially with modern eyes, no. I'm like, well, these guys deserve everything that's coming to them. And I don't, because one person, well, whatever. I guess I could get into it later. But because one person survives, I cannot make the argument that that's the director's vision, is for you to not feel sympathy for them. If he wanted it to be like, well, at the end of the day, you see all three of them die or whatever, then okay, I still disagree with it, but maybe you were just trying to make them as unlikable as possible, so we're okay with them dying.
Mm-hmm.
But but the most likable one of them, the only one that really tries to show any kind of apprehension to the stuff they're doing early in the movie, he does die. He's not one of the survivors. He's not the survivor. You know what I mean? Because all three of them terrible people, but he was the one they kept trying to make it seem like he's the good one.
Yeah.
So I can't even argue that he was just making them that detestable so we'd be okay with them dying because he didn't kill them all. I agree with you that this is not a good movie, and I also do not know why people would watch this particular film. I get why they watch stuff that has gore in it and stuff. Hell, I play Mortal Kombat and God of War. I am not holier than thou. I am not some ill violence type of motherfucker. But
yeah, I think if you look in our catalog, we have a number of gory things back there, or at least things with very gory moments.
Yeah. But some of those, there's at least other aspects to the film that you watch it for, or the game that you play it for, than just the violence. And this didn't care about the acting, really didn't care that much about the story, if we're being honest. Like, it was kind of a low effort story. And
like either this is a thing that already existed and they're like, oh, that's like they read a story about some place getting busted that was doing this horrific kind of shit, and like literally millionaires could go there and pay $500,000 and kill somebody. That may have actually happened. That could have been a real thing. And then they were like, oh yeah, that's okay, that'd be a fucking cool movie, let's do that as a movie. Or they just thought of that concept. And if they thought of that concept, I can see it in that moment. Yes, that is an interesting thing to start building around, but it doesn't have that then doesn't automatically have to become this movie.
I agree. That's why I say it's a low effort story. I'm not saying they didn't think of anything that made it stand out from other movies story wise, because like you said, the concept itself of fucking underground place for rich people to kill people,
for like an underground murder club for the ultra elite rich,
which pretty much I followed up Suicide Club with Murder Club.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean,
hey, it's October.
It is October.
People love these films. That's why we're covering them. I mean,
it was rated 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon Prime.
Horror is the most successful genre in movie theaters when you don't count comic book.
And the comic book is only recently.
Yeah, but horror is, people love horror films, and yeah, this is a time to watch them. But I hate. Weren't we talking about a classic? Like, while you were debating on what you were going to choose, didn't we find in some sort of list that you had actually watched some sort of like top 20 Halloween film of all time that I hadn't?
No.
And then you were like, Hostel.
No. I don't know. If so, I'm even more mad at myself.
No, but I may have just invented that because
we mentioned there was a
furious with you.
we got. No, you mentioned something.
And then what'd you message me? What'd you message me today?
This movie so this is a not safe for work movie. Luckily I didn't try to watch it at work, but I was like, damn, this is a not safe for work movie. And that was still early in the movie when I texted you.
That was just for titties.
That was just not even just the fact that titties was on the screen, because I went to work the other day and they were watching Coming to America, and while that's not filled with titties, it definitely starts with titties. Yeah. But you could fast forward that and then just watch the rest of the movie and laugh. It's just titties and fucking and it's a softcore porn followed up by a murder club and unnecessarily gratuitous violence.
Yeah. Not just like a torture murder club kind of like.
Yeah. Well, the unnecessary gratuitous violence being said torture. Yeah, anyway, I guess getting into the movie, so opening was silent. A dude whistling and cleaning and stuff, clearly cleaning up after a murder. So it's like, okay, you're trying to set the horror feel. I see the horror happening. Okay, maybe. And this is before I remember that I hate this movie. Or why I never saw any more Hostel movies, and probably why I stopped watching horror. If I'm being honest, because I knew a lot of stuff was like this, and like you said, who's meant to be entertained by this? But before I got there, I'm trying to like the thing, but immediately hit with the acting, and immediately hit with the main characters, and just the way they're acting and saying all their stuff, and I'm just like, I got no sympathy for the main cast. And if I remember correctly, because that's when I started trying to because I'm starting to see a few things I remember, and I'm like, I think I remember not liking these dudes, but I'm still in my head happy that all 3 of them are going to die.
We can't rail a girl that's in a coma. I think that's illegal even in Amsterdam.
That is a line
quote from one of the 3 main protagonists of this film.
Yeah. That is indeed a line from one of the protagonists in the film. Then they're riding up, and then, but yeah, so you got these douchebags, they're going to Amsterdam. Paxton, one of the characters, I think, is Paxton, Josh, and Ollie. I don't know the other guy, the middle guy's name, but Ollie's the third one. Ollie's from Sweden, and he met some American dudes. From what they tell, he's the Swedish dude that found these American dudes. Is like, you guys are cool to hang out with. What, you're backpacking? I'm gonna hang out with you. The two Americans, one's helping his bro, apparently allegedly there to help his bro get over an ex. Mm-hmm. So they're there to sleep around and do drugs because Amsterdam. Mm-hmm. They meet some fucking kid with a mole on his nose, and it's like, immediately, why would you trust this dude? He's like, oh, I know a place you get girls. You go to this super secret place that's off the grid as fuck. No. Oh, so we're in the guidebook. It ain't in a guidebook. I'm just talking about girls that want to sleep with Americans. They'll go crazy. Just say you're American. And they just go, you know what? Fuck our other plans. Let's go to this off the grid place that some random pothead told us about.
Do you see a single other person in here with a fucking fanny pack? Wait, there's a guy. Why don't you go over there and have fucking fanny pack sex with him? And then you could jizz all over each other.
Terrible line and stuff. I laugh primarily because of
the scenario.
The angrily picking lines from the movie to respond with. And I agree with you, the terrible lines, but that's why I'm laughing. For people at home, and I'm not laughing because I think that's a funny line. I'm laughing at the scenario we are currently in.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, bag it.
He said bag. But the movie didn't. And yeah. So eventually they can get on a train and they meet this dude who clearly is the killer. Or if you think there's only one killer, and me thinking that there is one still because I done forgot everything. I'm like, this motherfucker's the killer. He's a weird dude just talking to him on the train. Ooh, I eat with my fingers. Get the food closer to my mouth. And I'm gonna touch your leg and have you homophobically flip out on me. Which is what happened.
I'm so happy I shaved my balls.
That dude was weird. Ollie was weird. But
I am king of the swing.
King of the swing. And I'm so mad because I thought I was going to remember something because they kept saying king of the swing. I thought he was going to die in some manner that involves swinging. Like maybe he gets hanged, maybe some fucking thing swings off the thing and cuts his head off. But he said he's king of swing too much for him to not have a swing-related death. Which again, if you're writing this story and you're just here to kill people, but you're trying to write a simple story to do that, at least have that kind of link of like foreshadowing if you're gonna put in some effort. You're gonna take all the time to say king of swing, make it matter. It's Chekhov's line at this point. Chekhov's catchphrase. But
I hope bestiality is legal in Amsterdam because that girl's a fucking hog.
You're still saying the
line
quotes
from our protagonists.
Yeah. So
I'll stop saying it when I run out of them, Omari.
Oh no, I know. But so on the train while they're having the conversation is when I typed the thing. Because at first I was just typing notes like, I don't like this. But as they're having the awkward conversation on the train with the man, that's when I just had to type out, this movie sucks. This movie is shit. And then they do some shit afterwards, and I'm like, seriously though, what is this movie? And they take way too long to even get to the shit that they're doing. They're doing all kinds of like small little character building to try and make you think these characters aren't just here to die in what they advertise as a film where a lot of people die. And this nigga Ali knows a song in every language. He's like, oh, you see this? Oh, like a little tiny dee. And it's just Russian, that's it, all to see, just singing songs. And I'm like, okay, that's his thing. He knows a song in every language. He's supposed to be the funny one. Is that why he keeps doing stuff? I say supposed to be because he is, well, compared to the other two, but still no. He still has a whole lot of terrible lines. But randomly busting out in songs in every language is kind of funny. That said, these motherfuckers go to a hostel where their rooms are co-ed, and as they get in, the co-eds immediately are like coming on to them. Come to spa with us. We're already topless. Haha. And they're like, okay, sure. And then they take them to a club. They just let them put drugs in their mouth. They're just like, yeah, drugs. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna end well. And then sure enough, next morning, they can't find Ollie. They meet some Japanese, they meet a Japanese lady who runs over to them saying her friend was seen with their friend, and she had a text message that said sayonara. And it does. It actually does say sayonara in Japanese on the text message, to be fair. So
well, la-di-da.
So
the boy reads Japanese.
Or I'm learning. And that's one of the first things I learned because of how Duolingo works. But yeah, Paxton mentions casually like, we're looking for Ollie. We can't find him, but did I ever tell you that I once knew a girl that drowned? Yeah, she almost drowned in front of me, so. I'm like, oh, so Paxton's gonna have a death that involves torture by drowning. Okay, sure. That we set up the King of Swing, we set up Paxton to drown. How's third guy either lives or he dies in some other way that I don't know yet.
Nope. That is purely setting up his hero moment, Omari. The moment where he sacrifices, returns to the dungeons to save the young lady and get hero status in the film. Like, I don't care what Eli Roth is trying to tell you or what he's trying to express. There are rules in cinema, and you establish him as the hero. And he is a piece of shit, and this movie sucks. Here you go. I'm going to give you something. I love the kids. I love the little bubblegum gang.
That's the first standout I have is the little kids.
And their ending, their final moment, our Jay Hernandez's big escape moment is my favorite part of this movie. Is the only good part of this movie as far as I'm concerned.
I'll give you that.
I was audible in that moment, and for the first time in a positive way, out loud to the empty room, because my wife ain't watching this movie.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know, I have to. when he said it last week, I was like, oh, that's like body horror, right? I said it with that tone, guys. I said it with that tone.
You did?
That's the social signal to like, hey, change your fucking selection, bro.
Well,
this is gonna be terrible.
All right, so I thought it
wasn't fully that, but it was like
it was going to be.
It was me setting a clear signal of like, I already know I'm not gonna have a good time.
I figured I wouldn't have the best time either, but I figured Saw 1 even is also classified as body horror, and many classified that as a good movie. Maybe Hostel might not be that bad, or if anything, it may be over the top, but it'll mellow out at like not for me because of this. But here's some parts.
Mm-hmm. I saw the original Saw in theaters and enjoyed it. To your credit, to credit your argument.
Yeah. So body horror in and of itself can be done well. This is not that kind of body horror done well. at all. But yeah, eventually everybody, the friend dies as well because he gets drugged at the club and
Drugged at the club.
Gets sick on the
He
way
gets
home.
drugged at the club.
Paxton was
At
supposed
the
to
club.
die.
At the club.
Paxton was supposed to die that night, but he passed out in a storage locker, like a storage closet. And had he just decided to go home the next day, he'd have been fine. But obviously, he wanted to look for his friends, and he found the girls. And he's also started to see other people get the same scenario that he had for coming here. Like the going to the room and the girls giving the exact same lines. Oh, we're just going to spa. Walk, walk, walk. You should come. And he's like, oh, wait, maybe something's up. And so this motherfucker eventually finds the girls that set him up in a bar. And he's like, where's my friends? Because he gets a text message from Ali at one point.
Almost look like completely different human beings because now they're just, this is just them in real life.
Yeah.
Not working.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, almost no makeup on. They look like completely different people almost.
Yeah. And they tell him they went to an art exhibit. And he's like, well, I'm going to this art exhibit. Are you sure? Yeah, we could do anything else other than go to that art exhibit? No, I want to see some art. I want to go find my friend, which makes sense. He's looking for his friend. Doesn't understand what the fuck's going on. So to an extent, I get him saying he wants to go to the art exhibit. Now, when they look at each other, stop. Okay, fine, we'll go. I'm gonna be a little bit more suspicious about things because they purposely chose to speak, like that, and they clearly don't seem like they want to go. But as he's getting closer to this place, this motherfucker doesn't seem to realize that this is not the kind of place a fucking art exhibit will take place at. It's like the most stereotypical abandoned warehouse in the middle of bumfuck.
Well, I mean, I guess look at the town that they're in. I mean, it's a garbage town everywhere. I mean, even the building that they're staying in that looks nice on the inside looks like complete shit from the outside.
It doesn't look that bad. But
no, yeah, this looks extra. I mean, this looks like one of the worst of the building, but I'm just saying it's not like there's any shining monuments in the city.
Yeah, and as he keeps getting closer to it, even when he gets outside, it's like there's nothing going on. What the hell? Goes inside and just sees an empty, broken down room and then a hallway in the distance. And I'm like, the red flags ain't happening yet? What the fuck? And then she even starts laughing at his ass, like, ha 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 ha, goodbye, American. And he's like, all right, I gotta go in here. And then sure enough, he found his friend being dead after that terrible scene. Yes, there were moments in here, body torture, and we haven't mentioned any of them.
Was he dead in that moment?
Like it. I think by that point, yes. Because, I mean, chest open. And
anything that we're going to we would have to go into such graphic detail. And this show can get a little blue and I can get a little cursy, but I mean, all
right. Without saying what happened to any of these things or with these things, there's a scene involving a drill. There's a scene involving an eye. There's a scene involving surgery. And a scene involving ankles as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So
all of those
are things. There's also a scene with a chainsaw.
Yep.
So there are those scenes there. We've mentioned them. You shouldn't want to go watch them, but there you go.
Yeah, if you do, I'm just curious and why. And maybe that's a conversation for next week.
maybe some people just have curiosity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, maybe we just need to get a lover of this kind of stuff to talk to figure out, why people watch this. Like, my gut instinct is that I want you to talk to somebody. But I don't want to be judgy.
Right.
I don't want to be judgy. What I said earlier in this episode was a little judgy. But I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. I understand normal horror because people like movies that make them feel things.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like monster, ghost, that's all one thing. Even like a real people are the monsters kind of film is a way to go. But yeah, this just feels like I don't see any aspects of it that are.
If I can conjecture or guess or try and put stuff together, just based off of random shit with my limited knowledge, people, I guess when they watch anything, they want it to make them feel some sort of way. Horror, you're watching it to get scared or at the very least uneasy, whatever. Mm-hmm. Comedy, you want to laugh. Artsy films, you want to cry, shit like that. But horror, so the people, they have that bit of an aspect where even if it is just a clear uneasiness, it's the whole car crash effect. You don't want to look, but you can't look away type shit. You know what I mean? There's lots of stuff where people watch people get injured. Botchamania is up to 500 episodes. So there is stuff like that. Although Botchamania, luckily, has not really been about injuries lately. It's more just about people messing up. So even they've grown up and moved on. But I also don't think it's for the full-grown, adults. I think it's that teenage, college, when people are normally acting like that type thing. It's like an escapism for them to watch that kind of stuff, and rather than them going out and seeing that curiosity thing or their super hormonal tendencies for violence or whatever. Also, at the end of the day, we mentioned it with Gladiator a couple weeks ago. Well, we didn't mention it there, but Gladiator, the blood sport of old, has always been a thing. There has always been an audience that wants to see people die. Whether it's in gladiatorial combat, whether it's not dying but still get hit the fuck out of. There's videos on Twitter now with people circulating a hard edit of all the old heavy hits in the NFL to Nelly's cover of Here Comes the Boom. So there's always going to be that audience, but that audience's preferred thing is not a thing anymore. Gladiatorial combat, the audience remained, but the entertainment left. So whatever in people whatever innately in humans that makes the mob mentality cheer at a gladiatorial match, it's in greater quantities in people that like body horror, is what I'm thinking. And because it's a movie, they have the added bonus of separating, well, they're not really dying. But this is what would happen if you put chainsaws to a hand.
Yeah, well said. Yeah. It's
that said, I still hate this movie.
Yeah. Another fun note. 2 weeks ago, your film started with Suicide by Train, and then this week your film ended with Suicide by Train.
I'll give you that as well, because I also typed that like as it was starting to happen, because he saves a girl, the Japanese girl. He does find her after hearing her screaming, please stop, and then yelling, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, as he saves her, in Japanese, of course. But they get to a train to try to escape, but she sees her face after the effects of what the movie has done to her. And as the train's pulling up, I literally typed,
you can hear her say, "Have you seen a movie called Suicide Club?"
I was like, no, please, not the train, not 2 movies in a row. That's my note, is no, please, not the train, not 2 movies in a row.
Omari's the train suicide guy.
I'm like, well, there it is. Yep, she jumped in front of the train.
I bring the martial arts films. Omari brings the train suicides.
Omari brings the fucked up horror films by accident. Under the somehow premise of, I remember watching that. That should be worth a watch. Oh, what did I suggest? I would much rather watch Suicide Club again than this, though. I will say that.
Yep.
Because Dead.
We talked about it. I weirdly enjoyed Suicide Club
long.
on some level.
Yeah. But yeah,
and then this film proceeds to continue to give him a exit.
Yeah, and give him the redemption
rewards.
Yeah, because he got to kill the guy that killed his friend. Because he catches him telling the same stuff to the other people on the train. Because it turns out, like we said, it's a murder club. People pay a lot of money to kill people, and since it's in Europe, I guess you get paid a lot if you bring in an American to kill, and you pay a lot to kill an American. And he runs into fucking Rick Hoffman, who I feel like plays some kind of unlikable dude whenever he's on the screen. He was that American client. If I saw the right name, where he's just like, yeah. So, how is it? How should I do it? I should do it quick. That guy. And I mean, he decided to put everything into his role, even though he was a walking stereotype of that type of individual. I think he did a good job portraying that. In an otherwise not that well acted movie. But yeah, dude eventually finds the guy that killed his friend, trying to get other people wrapped up in killing. He also gets to run over the 2 girls and the dude that suggested they go to the hostel in the first place. So and then one of the girls, the girl that I think was closest to him, then gets run over by a truck on top of after he ran her over. So, haha, vengeance. And then he gets vengeance in a bathroom, and then the movie kind of ends, and it's over.
Yep.
Thankfully.
Yep. Out of 100, what would you rate it?
Out of 100?
Out of 100.
All right. No, it ain't anything higher than 50, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to stretch that. I'm gonna say probably 20 or 30.
32. And that's being so fucking generous.
Yeah. More likely 20 than the 30 for me, but 30 would be about the highest I went as well. I can't say, I can't honestly sit here and be like, oh shit, I give that shit a 1. Like, the kids were cool.
That's why I respect your and I's opinion. I love how in a scale of, although we were different numbers, it was close in a scale of 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Because we're not fools. We're not fools. And we're not experts. We're lovers. And we give honest reviews here on this show.
We're movie.
And I'm sorry if you're a horror fan and I went a little hard earlier. I'm sorry if you're a body horror fan. I'm sorry if you're a Hostel fan. You may have come to this show. This may be your first time viewing. If so, you didn't make it this far. So I'm not talking to anybody. Bye. Never mind. Not even going to go down that road. fuck you. You left 40 minutes ago.
But if you stayed, thank you. Yeah, you. Now, also go watch our other stuff. We're usually more friendly to movies, but not this one. Final thoughts. We ain't like it. We just said it. 32 at best. 30 at best. Definitely below it though. That said, that's Hostel. And sorry if this was a bit of a hostile review, but it is what it is. What are we watching next week, Bill?
Ooh.
Are we watching something better next week?
No, you know what? Like, fuck it. Let's go off radar. We're gonna pull somebody in.
You know what? That's probably the best course of action.
Let's go get. If only we had a horror expert.
If only. I think I have somebody that's a horror expert.
I don't know.
We shall see. In the meantime, check out our other videos. Also, we got a sports show now. Saturdays. Check it out. It's called You Don't Watch Sports. Us two non-experts chilling, giving you some casual fan sports talk for your week so you can share it with others. Meantime, Bill's gone. I'm gone. See you next week. Adiosness.